He's another one. Go on timeout. And when you finish having your temper tantrum, come back and we can have a real conversation. At this point, I don't even believe in timeout like that, but some of these adults need to go on.
Married couples, let us know. Are y'all doing timeouts? Heavily encouraging them. Baby, when you're married, you're going to need timeout.
You're going to need timeout. Yeah. You go, nope. Go in there.
To relax, relate, to breathe. I'm the younger sister Jackie.
And I'm the older sister Nicky.
And welcome back to our podcast / YouTube channel, All the Things. We are excited to be here on yet another episode with y'all. I don't even know what episode this is, but we just keep shooting them out. Pow, pow, pow. So we hope, first thing, that you are subscribed. If you're not subscribed, please make sure you have hit the subscribe button. After you subscribe, please make sure that you are sharing with friends and family and telling them to check out two sisters that just be kicking it on Relax, Relate, to Breathe. You can catch us on YouTube, Relax, Relate, to Breathe. We're also on Spotify, Anchor, and Apple Podcasts. It's so many ways to listen to us that we're not sure why you're not doing it. So please be sure that you have in some way, shape, or form subscribed to our channel or one of those streaming, by way of one of those streaming devices or platforms. Maybe that's the right word. Either way, get subscribed. We are so excited. We bring you Relax, Relate, to Brief, which is a fun channel just providing you with our opinions on hot topics. We are currently reviewing. I broke 2 nails, and it's beside me. We're currently reviewing Married at First Sight. And every now and again, we like to put our personal touch in there and let y'all know what we got going on. For example, these 2 nails. Okay. Now, we are currently reviewing Married at First Sight, but this channel, again, is a fun channel. It's not meant to be too serious. Fun. You're meant to laugh. You're meant to relax. If you can relate, and ultimately just to breathe and have fun. So right now we're reviewing the show Married at First Sight. And so we are on episode 14. And so we are going to get into 15. So we are going to get into the review of episode 15 for this episode. Now, for this YouTube episode. Child, not the tongue twisting for no reason. Unacceptable. Okay. So as we get into reviewing, first of all, we definitely, like I said, this is almost over. So y'all that are watching the show, I hope you've been enjoying the commentary. But also, we're able to cross over into other things, because the way this show is getting repetitive every week, I can't. But we started it, and so we're gonna finish it. They're gonna good work.
Shall.
It's not given anymore. But we just want to stay consistent with y'all. So if you have not watched, let's dive into Married at First Sight episode 15, and let's start with your thoughts on Eris and Jasmine, because I have some interesting thoughts. Go ahead.
You want my thoughts? Shot fired. Pow, 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 pow. My thoughts.
What?
Shots fired. Pow, 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 pow.
You should elaborate, because you did it twice and we didn't understand either time why you did it. But go ahead, elaborate.
It's the non-confrontation for me. It's the Jasmine and Eris sitting before Devon and sitting before Dr. Pepper and not even being honest. Dr. Pepper's like, I mean, do y'all want this or not? Because at the end of the day, they individually sat with Devon, Franklin, who was a guest expert. Eris was saying that, he's going to sit up here and say, and I quote, he wants to have a deeper conversation. It's not, and I unquote, because it's not really a quote.
Okay.
He has said he can just walk away. It's not a good thing, right? So I could just walk away. That's his attitude.
He has said that in the past, yes.
He has said that in the past. Then he continues to say he wants to have a deeper conversation with Jasmine, but he's still focused on the attraction. My dude, pick one or the other. The issue is you can't get over the attraction, but you keep talking about you want to get into a deeper conversation with her. She doesn't want to have a conversation with you deeper because you can't get beyond the surface level. So how can you not get beyond the surface level and then want to get deep with somebody? Don't I want to be deep with you? Oops, excuse me, not right now, y'all. So I didn't understand that. And then he's going to say to Devon that I don't want to be 6 months down the road and say I should have listened to Dr. Pia or should have listened to Dr. Pepper and I didn't. And Devon was like, yeah, but you're heading in that direction. Why are you saying that? So you are clearly self-sabotaging, as they've been saying in the beginning. And then now you acting like you want to have this deep conversation. Jasmine, I understand. You've been bullied and you never expressed yourself. And yes, you saying your parents never showed you confrontation, so you don't know how to be confrontational. You hold everything in. Let me just say this. Overboard. Okay? Overboard with the reaction of him dancing with the instructor. If you watch the pieces, like everybody,
I did not know that's what you.
Where I was going with it.
Then you said, "Let me say this," and then put the emphasis overboard.
Because it was overboard. Like you are dancing, and because you don't know, you haven't fully expressed your feelings, and because you're not being honest, you get mad at him for going and dancing with the instructor. I'm thinking he voluntarily went and danced with her instead of dancing with his wife. He clearly was standing on the side and she was like, come over. So he was like, okay. And she's like, I'm over it. Because he was dancing. Like you're over the process. You're not over the dance. So that didn't make you mad. The process is getting on your nerves because you're not getting what you thought you were going to get. Overboard. The reaction walking outside, I want to go home. All of this, all of a sudden now you got all these emotions. Since we needed them back at episode 2.
Okay. So for Jasmine and Eris, you're going with overboard.
Overboard.
I'm going to say for Jasmine and Eris that Jasmine has officially gotten on my nerves. And I to change my mind. I have flip-flopped throughout this entire review that we've been doing. The reason why Jasmine is getting on my nerves is because now she's not even fully lashing out, but it's just like the dancing thing. They went line dancing with all of the other couples. Because not me saying line with an N. They went line dancing with the other couples, and Eris is not a dancer. Honestly, the dancers be Shaquille and Kirsten, and they be the ones every time they dance. They can't get along, but they can shut up jam. So like everybody was kind of just trying to do it, line dancing. It's step by step. And if it's not your thing, you got a rodeo and it's just like, if you don't do it often, it's not something that Jasmine and Eris probably would have set up on their own. So it was set up by the show, and that's why they were there. Fine. So the instructor, yes, because not even Jasmine was kind of standing off too. They both were, and it's probably because again, it's just awkward. Line dancing is something you're either into and you do or you don't. And so they were kind of like participating at the instructor level, and then they just backed off. So the instructor was trying to keep them involved. So she came up to Eris like, hey, you know how you, well, she didn't come up like that because that's not line dancing.
But she came up like that. It's not line.
I like the prices right. So she came up just trying to keep them involved in the dance. And Jasmine got upset and walked out. The issue with their conversations that they're having is that I feel like Eris is lying every time he's talking. And I think that I have said from the beginning that Eris is just playing the game of Married at First Sight. He is trying his hardest not to look like a jerk on camera, but he doesn't realize that after a while you can't hide it. So we've already deemed that. And I don't think that Eris is a bad person, but he has decided that he is not going to fully immerse himself into this process. By fully immersing himself, he would listen to what everyone has been telling him since week One, which is you have to get out of your head about it's only about attraction. It's only about attraction.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's not what you're used to. You have to get out of your head about that. We're on episode 15. He's still, excuse me. He still has not, we're on episode 15. He still has not gotten out of his head about it. And it's now just becoming exhausting. The storyline of Jasmine and Eris is exhausting. And the reason why Jairus, not me giving them a couple names.
If they lasted.
They not no couple. The reason why Jasmine is not getting on my nerves is because Jasmine is expressing herself to everybody else, but not getting nitty gritty with Eris. They showed the girls talking, and even on last week, she was giving her feedback to the other castmates and how she's feeling and what she's going through with Eris and like how she really feels.
Right.
By you being silent, and I know people have this issue where they're not always confrontational or they're not always going to immediately express themselves. But you have to understand that by you being silent and then deciding that you're just going to now start having these outbursts, it's not making you look good because you're having the outbursts at the wrong time because you've been keeping stuff in. And so even when the experts were coming, she was being honest. She was honest with Dr. Franklin in saying that she has not fully expressed how she feels to Eris, and it's because she is afraid of what he is going to say.
Yeah.
I understand. Or basically, she doesn't want the rejection.
Right.
Jasmine, I understand. But I think you could have ripped this Band-Aid off much earlier and already been through and on to the next, thing as far as healing. So I think that she's in the process for the right reasons. But she's like, she's waiting for Eris to change based off of his words, but Eris's actions have showed you repeatedly he has no intention of changing. Eris is simply trying to get to decision day. And once he gets to decision day, even if he says, yeah, I'm gonna see, I can try, everything that Eris does is for the cameras. He has no intention of being with you. He has no intention of staying with you. Eris is not here for you. He's not interested. He's not attracted. He has made that, and he has made that his statement. Eris has some things that he needs to keep working on because he hasn't learned what it is to, what really develops you with having a partner and what all goes into it, because he's so focused on this one thing that he can verbally tell you, he actually verbally tells the experts the good things about Jasmine. He knows he knows that they're there, but then he turns around and he still will not even, again, he's just talking just to talk. And because I want you, Jasmine, to keep your head up and walk away, I don't want you to, when you decide to let it out, you're just stomping around now all over the place. No. Tell Eris exactly what you need to tell him, and tell him if he can't get it together, there's no need to continue with this experiment. Don't let nobody drag you through. Don't let nobody be doing all of this stuff to you when you know that you're worth more than that. Girl, you don't want beauty pageants. You got businesses. You're coaching young girls. You are beyond more than it. It's plenty of people, men and women, doing dumb things, making dumb decisions, all because, oh, well, she's just not looking right. That's on Eris. Eris is dumb. You're still a bomb girl, and you don't need nobody to drag you through 12, what is it? 12, drag you through what, 2.5 months, whatever they go through, 3 months for you to know that. Walk away. I don't want you having these outbursts now where it makes it seem like you're having outbursts for no reason. That's not the truth. There are reasons to how you feel, but at this point, pull the Band-Aid off. And when the experts say, oh, well, you're not giving this, I've given the process more than enough. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what his family says. It doesn't matter what I have said. It doesn't matter what my family has said. Eris has made his decision already on this marriage.
Right.
Do not waste nobody else. It's a waste of my time. Goodbye.
And this is what I want. This is what I want if I was Jasmine. This is how I understand that, confrontation. You don't want the back and forth. You don't want to hear. It could be just as simple. You can be, because I know how to be nice and get my point across. So I would have, this is what I'm not here to tear anybody down. And I'm not also here to receive the energy that you're giving. And I would say this, hey, listen, I signed up for this to truly give it a try to see if they could really match me with somebody. And while I see that there are qualities that match between you and I understand that you have a physical attraction issue that is not allowing you to move past that. And so that's a you issue and not a me issue. We can't move forward or have any deeper conversations because you can't move forward with that. And guess what? That's okay because that's your right. And also my right is to say, I'm going to be done with this experiment. I appreciate the time. I appreciate the experts. I even appreciate you showing up every time that you did, regardless of whether we got along or not, or agreed on things or not. I don't want, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's an experiment. We did it. And we know that some experiments don't always work the first time around. It's cool for me, but I'm going to go ahead and bow out of the experiment. Appreciate you, but I'm moving on. And that would have been done.
Exactly. Exactly. It's a you issue, Eris. And there's nothing that anybody can do with that. That's a you thing.
And I want to say
that. Go ahead.
I'll wait. No, I'm playing. I would have said, and also, and I would say, like, like I said, it's a you situation. Like that's something that you have to deal with, not me. And I'm not I am no longer going to allow you to project that energy onto me because I have to protect myself.
Exactly. The projection. And then getting in front of everybody and just be lying. But I believe when them cameras is off, you will get the full honest truth from Eris. If somebody could mic him up. And Jasmine was really pissed off about that whole thing where he was dancing with the instructor. Again, it wasn't even that serious of how he was dancing, but the thing that pissed her off is just how he has been making her feel. And so everything that he does, because they woke up the next morning, he had slept on the couch. And I was like, I thought they had two beds.
Me too.
Because Clint and Gina been sleeping comfortably in their own beds. So I was like, why he on the couch? But it's Eris's thing. I don't think that Eris is a bad person.
Right.
I don't think that Jasmine is a bad person at all. I just think that in this process and in the way that it's going, everybody's not signing up for the right reasons. So if you signed up for the right reasons,
I think that they signed up for the right reasons, but they were not.
Eris?
Yes, because I think he was not 100% honest with himself. The moment that Jasmine came down the aisle, he was like, "Oh, see, that ain't what I wanted." I'm serious. And like when you get that in your head, it was just like, and then he started to go along with the experiment.
If you sign up for the right reasons, you can have that. That can be a problem. First of all, that's the risk you take. When you sign up for the right reasons, somebody can walk down and you can be like, oh man.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Because it's not what you're typical. But as the process goes on, you get out of your way. You know what would help Eris? If he proved all of the points outside of his attraction of why he doesn't feel like she's the one. That would help me believe that Eris came for the right reason.
Agreed.
But because you came on here and you thought the experts was going to give you some Instagram baddie, you can go.
Oh my goodness. Well, they're a decline, so.
They are a decline. Moving on to the next couple, Jasmine and Eris, we wish you well as you depart ways. That Red Sea.
Not the benediction.
The benediction. To Mary, give you peace. But and I think that as they do the Red Sea and part, that they will find something else, because again I don't think they're bad people. Next couple that we're going to dive into is two of the greatest friends to join this show, Clint and Gina.
Only thing that I have. Oh, you want to go?
No, yeah. I just wanted you to go.
Only thing I have is Clint's comment when he said they went to Pound Town. When he was talking about
and she was like, I didn't know you were going to say that. I was like, I did. Clint is funny to me.
He was so serious. He was like, I mean, you know.
It was like Shaq and Kirsten went to pound. I was like, that line dancer really got him going.
Yeah, so I'm not really getting much from them. You know, it's just a constant, like you said, greatest friends. They each found. I think she's another one too. Gina is just in her head about the attraction to him, and you know, him not being her type, and you know, going back to the ginger hair comment and not being able to really get over that. And then the rift that they had in the honeymoon is just, you know, there's no progression there.
Yeah.
There's no progression beyond their friends. And they just need to be honest with that. I think that they have potential to be a good couple? Absolutely. I can see that now. Like, even like the little things that they do, I'm like, okay.
Really?
Y'all had potential. Y'all had it. But back in the honeymoon, when Clint had basically told you off and you got mad about that, it stopped there. And then
you saw glimpses with Clint and Gina?
I saw a dust. It was like a little pixie dust.
Mm-hmm.
Like a little dust. Not a glimpse, but a pixie. You know how small a
pixie
dust? It was like, that's it.
A little dusting of hope. Not too
much. A little
hope.
Dusting, right? Not too much. A little dust.
You don't want to have too much hope. You don't want to set yourself up. A little dusting of hope.
Dusting to do you good. Okay, a little dusting to do you good, and that's what I see for them. And it's unfortunate that they can't get out of their way. Really, more so her than him. To see Clint, I feel like he is a great dude. Like, he seems fun. He's like, you know, at the party dancing, can't dance a lick, but he'll get into
Clint. I said that Clint has an excellent personality.
Mm-hmm.
To me,
that's it.
I think that Clint and Gina are absolutely friends. They will remain friends. Mm-hmm. He may even go over and see Hank every now and again afterwards. But they're absolutely friends. And I feel like they are trying to tell everyone we're friends. Yeah. I feel like they let the experts know. I feel like they know between themselves. I feel like the experts are like, right, but you're not here to be friends. And they're like, we understand that. And we have become great friends. Mm-hmm. And so, like, that's it. Clint and Gina aren't going anywhere else. They're friends. Clint is great. He'll find somebody else. Gina will find somebody else as well. I think that Gina really needs to get out of herself if she's looking for a marriage, though, and looking to move forward. That's the only component I think that she's missing, is that she's just very into her and her life, and she just wants you to come in, and you need to come into that. Mm-hmm. She's not necessarily understanding that merging two lives. So, right. But they have developed a friendship. They are friends. And I feel like with Clint and Gina, they are trying to tell everyone we're friends. We didn't come in here to find friends, but I think that they are honest with the experts. Right. I think that they're honest on these group trips where they're just like, we have not gotten past the friend stage. And at this point, we're not going to.
It's only 2 weeks left.
And so I just refer to them as friends. Mm-hmm. I think that that's where they're at. That's where they're going to remain. And at one point in the beginning, when the whole thing happened with his statement and them going off or whatever, it seemed like, you know, they just would not get along. But they have progressed to actually getting along, but they get along just as friends. Right. They never progressed to actually the romantic side. Right. They progressed to being like, my bad, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I shouldn't have did that. And now they're friends. And that's it. And there's nothing's going to change. I don't care how many people come in there and sit down and try to talk with them. That's where they're at. I think Gina has pushed Clint, turned Clint off. I think that he's over it. He's fine with being your friend. Gina's been wanting to be his friend because, you know, he wasn't her type, as she said. Mm-hmm. And I think that her action just pushed Clint to be like, you know what? Yep, we're cool. We can just be friends. Let's just get on through the process. Mm-hmm. So they're a decline. I have the only thing I've seen them do is not become enemies and grow as friends, but I have not seen a pixie, a glitter, or nothing to hope.
Right. And I just wanted to understand, this is not friends at first sight, but married at first sight.
Well, you sound like the experts. And as they tell the experts.
And the experts need to say, then you can go ahead and get a divorce, because that's not what the show is about.
There's an exception to every rule.
or you get less camera time. Because yous refuse to sit up here and participate properly. Yous will get less.
No, they participate in everything that you give them.
No.
Two friends talking.
That's what I'm saying. We didn't sign up to see. We didn't sign you up for two friends. And because yous refuse to move into an actual marriage and have some type of relationship other than a friendship, less time for you. We will only see you in the group settings.
And you think Clint or Gina would have an issue with that? Gina would be like, great, more time at the salon for me.
And I'm like, and you won't be at this apartment. It's a whole list of stuff I'll be doing. And get y'all straightened up. Y'all have a month.
Married at First Sight is not that petty. My God, today.
Oh yes. If I was a producer on the show, I said this couple, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. We're not wasting the editor's time because editing takes a lot. We're not wasting the producer's time because that takes a lot. They want to play. We're not wasting experts' time because they have made up in their minds what they're going to do. And that's okay because we have a contractual obligation. And y'all will be in the group settings from your own home.
Oh my God. Not basically canceling their contract without canceling their contract.
And y'all might just be on Zoom. Keep playing, okay? So
come to reunion. We actually don't need you. Oh, I thought I was coming to the. No, thanks.
No, if you come to the reunion, you paying your own way.
Yeah, I won't be there. Not to talk about a friend, y'all. Not to talk about a friend y'all hooked me up with. Pay my own way, but it was great enjoying y'all.
Right. So
Gina and Clint are absolutely not going to make it, and they will remain friends. So decline on Gina and Clint. Next couple, we're gonna get into. Gosh, just because, and I'm gonna let you go first because I want to control myself and what I'm saying.
Okay.
I want to be too harsh on anybody, but let's get into Nicole and Chris.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Good God from Zion. If she ain't a ball of confusion, I don't know what is.
Okay, maybe I should have just went.
No, let me. Baby, I want you to know the scripture tells us, the Bible, for those that believe, tell us that God is not the author of confusion. How do you sit down and tell somebody, I want you to come get me when I tell you to leave me alone?
Point of order.
Ain't no point of order. It's nothing. It's nothing.
If you guys, the Eric Mays reference, even that we did last time, if you don't know, please watch Eric. Please search Eric Mays on TikTok.
Eric Mays.
So that you can understand why in the world we be crying laughing. Go ahead.
But I said, I can't, poor Chris sat there, was confused. He said, okay, so I don't know. So you're telling me you need space and time. I give you the space and time you need. And you're telling me don't give me the space and time I need because I don't know what I want. No. You are an adult. You are not a child. You sit here in a state of confusion. What are you doing on this show? And then you had the nerve to tell somebody they can leave at the door. No, baby, get your stuff and go. Because you're the one that's got confusion. You're gonna tell him, and if you can't handle, I need it. We already know you need too much. You need too much attention.
If y'all have not seen last week's episode, please tune in.
You need too much attention.
Because I said it.
It's the audacity for me that every time you sit in a group, you think you an expert. Now, here you stirring confusion in Kirsten and Shaq's life that didn't need to be. You're speaking up to me. I'm going to speak for you, Kirsten. She didn't ask you to speak for her.
Well, what about when she told Aris and Jasmine, I need more from you, Aris, and Jasmine, I need more from you as well. Wait, how, Sway?
I don't understand why nobody checks her. I'm like, what I need for you to do is mind your business. I'm going to be honest. I'm like, I would have been at the table. Are we not on the same show?
I would have been like, what I need from you is the confusion to stop, because I'm going to speak for you, Chris, and I shouldn't be. I'm going to speak for you, Chris. Chris is left very confused.
He is poor Chris. He's just as confused that
since we speak it for people.
Exactly. Like, how did you come up in your mind that was okay to do? And then when we see you sitting with the experts, or we see you sitting down talking to Chris, you can't even give us a clear thought. Now, if you're somebody that needs a moment when you're upset or you can't talk in that moment, you should not expect for somebody to come get you and say, well, if I say I need a moment, but I really don't need a moment, come back and get me because I really don't need a moment.
I'm sorry, one more time. So do you need a moment? One more time.
I can't because I confuse myself every time I try to
But
say
that's what Nicole does. Ironically, you guys are both named. That's what
Uh-uh.
Nicole does.
I don't hardly act like I do not hardly act like that. I know how to communicate. If I'm upset in the moment and I cannot talk, then that means just that. I'm upset in the moment. Just give me a few minutes and I'll be okay to have the conversation. Or if I want to have the conversation right there, I will have the conversation. I mean, you're acting like y'all grew up together, you've been together for a while, and he's supposed to know that. I don't know your triggers. I don't know what sends you off. I don't know how you respond to things. I can only go by experience of what we've been on this experiment. And it's not much. And Chris to me should have spoken and said, I'm not doing that. If you say you need a moment, then you need to sit somewhere and take the moment. And when you're ready to talk to me, you can come back and say, I'm ready to talk. It's like putting a kid in timeout. You got to put her in timeout. Let her cry it out. Let her fight it out. Let her have her little temper tantrum. And when she's done, are you ready to talk?
Wives in timeout.
Say what?
Husbands, are y'all putting wives in timeout?
She needs to go. So then when she's done her little temper tantrum and she's trying acting up, then she can come back. Are you ready to talk now? Yes. Okay.
I'm going to say the same thing that I said about Nicole and Chris last week. I am surprised at how this has turned, but Chris needs to walk away.
I agree.
For his sanity, I would walk away because Nicole will bring you to the point of pure frustration every chance she can get. Here's the psychotic thing. She knows that that's what she's doing.
No, I know.
And then she'll tell you, well, I only say that every day. Why wouldn't he? Like, she knows what she's doing. Okay, so you up here, single white female. I'm good. I'm not doing this. We're not doing the movie. We're not doing what's the other movie? The other crazy movie. Child, I don't know. All of them crazy movies, that's what she brings in.
Thin line between love and hate.
What's the other one? It's a single white female. It's a thin line between love and hate. What's the other one where Fatal Attraction?
Not Fatal Attraction. She doing too much.
Fatal Attraction. Like, it's too much.
It really is.
It's too much. Here's the thing. Nicole sat down with the experts this week and told Pastor Cal, I'm having a hard time because at the end of the day, he didn't choose me. I said, what did she just say? Pastor Cal said, I need you to stop. Pastor Cal had a whole attitude on his face. I was so happy that he was the one there. And he told her, we put his hands up and he said, you got to stop all that. Mm-hmm. I said, agreed. And you know what, Chris? That's what you should be telling her.
Exactly.
Stop all that. He goes, I'm having a hard time because at the end of the day, he didn't choose me. And Pastor Cal's like, first of all, you both chose each other by way of using Married at First Sight and the Married at First Sight and the experts. Mm-hmm. So stop. Why are you trying to go that deep? She goes so far left to create these scenarios. Nicole, and this is why I say that Chris needs to walk away, because Nicole has to become secure enough in herself that she does not want a marriage where she feels like she wants Chris to always be chasing her.
Right.
That's what she wants. And if he does not chase her, because who has time to chase you 24/7? Says I'm working a full-time job, I'm tired. And then come home and chase you. Like, I don't do track on the side.
I'm doing it.
So when he doesn't do it, she then tries to project onto him, I'm just having these thoughts, and I get that you may not want to be in this, so you can let me know. And then the experts come in, and she's like, we're just having a hard time because, like, at the end of the day, I realized that he didn't choose me. So I'm waiting for the ball to drop. What does that have to do with anything? He shows up every day. He gives you affection. He's giving you, and whatever if your demand and your needs are, you want your husband to chase you, you should have been clear about that in the, what is it? The process, the application process. Mm-hmm. Okay, you should have been clear about that, because there are some dudes who maybe don't have a problem with that. But I don't, Chris, nobody wants to sit there and chase you 24/7 because you are making up scenarios in your head. And the only way that I can help diffuse them is if I'm a mind reader and at 2:14 in the afternoon, I know to chase you with something. Thank you for saying that. Now I understand. That's the stuff she was doing. So they were trying, Chris was trying to explain to her, like, I understand, like, that you have things that are coming to the surface. You have things that you're trying to heal from. You've shown up for me. Like, I continue to show up for you. I am happy. I do. And I know he's already told her all this stuff. I know he already told her that stuff. And then she sits there and goes, and then she sits there and real simple stuff. Now it makes sense. I was like, you know what? I was so irritated when she said that. Well, that makes sense to me. He's already been saying that to you. He's already been showing up for you. But because he's not chasing you with your absolutely ludicrous attention-seeking self, go away. Go away and go get help and learn how to be secure within yourself. She goes lingerie shopping with Kirsten. Now, granted, if you was really, first of all, there is no show that I signed up for that is going to make me go lingerie shopping on camera. And everybody's like, no, like, we're proud of her. I'm like, I'm sure. I'm sure. But, like, work that out. Work that stuff out. She went lingerie shopping. She's talking about how insecure with her body is. And, like, Chris was honest with her about some stuff that he said to the producers. And I'm sure that plays on her mind, blah, 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 whatever. Right. But he is, let me not say blah, 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 whatever. I'm not trying to dismiss it. Blah, blah, blah. He did. Blah, blah. He did say it. At the same time, his actions have been showing you that he was just honestly just making a statement.
Right.
Chris has not shown that he doesn't love you or doesn't want to be with you, like, blah, blah, whatever. She finally got him to say that he loved her, because God knows she had been asking him every day. So he did, finally let her know, I do love you. And she's like, oh. And then she asked him, why did he say it earlier? Found out on the after show because she had just asked him in the kitchen again. Nicole I am appalled. Because
I can't do it. I can't do it no more.
I gave them all of these green flags, all of these green lights. Nicole seems like she has done the work the way that she has made a mockery of me.
Baby, if she just completely mocked.
Him. I was like,
every week, like, yeah.
Oh, if you go back and watch the beginning episodes, I almost want to see if we need to take them off YouTube, but we need to because if embarrassed wasn't Nicole, you have embarrassed us. She really is aware. She really seems like she has done the work, only for her to sit there and be like, I need you to just give me space and then come chase me. If you're not chasing me, it's just like he's not choosing me. He doesn't like me. I don't know what's going on. What?
I know what to straighten her up. And the moment that she tells Chris that if he's not here, he's not going to show up, he needs to respond with, say, you're right. He needs to go get his stuff and leave.
Whoa.
Go back to your apartment. Alleviate the pressure off of both of y'all.
That's just going to mess her up. Because then
you have to think about what you're doing. Yes, you created this. And you're going to keep creating this. Even if it don't last between us and you go with the next person, you're going to create in this. If you don't nip it in the bud, then you are the constant in this situation. It's you.
Nicole is the Charlie. Remember when in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory when they sang the song? Come with me and you'll see it in a world of imagination. And they just going through like all these fake scenarios. That's Nicole. She is in a world of imagination. And I'm gonna give y'all a little bit. If you want to view,
you don't have to. We're good. Thank you.
I don't know if anybody saw it. Simply look around and view it.
I didn't.
First of all, the soul that I'm putting on that.
It's not soul.
That I just put on I don't even know the title of the song, but I just put on the Charlie and Chocolate Factory.
No, sweetie. But thank you.
It was. If you want to view paradise.
If you want to continue, next couple.
Well, did you hear the run?
No.
Simply look around and view it. I can't. There's no way I can keep doing this.
I want you to acknowledge that. Acknowledge that. Say it again. What can't you do? I can't. Stop right there.
This is okay. This is
Say it again. Nope. Say it again.
No, listen. This is what I want you to do. When I'm singing, I need you to come to me and let me know that I'm doing well. If you can't do that, there's the door. You can go.
You ain't got to worry about me, okay?
Not just,
you ain't got to worry about me. I am not Chris.
Chris what to do.
Yes. Chris, you saw me? If somebody tell you to get this done, you ain't got to tempt me with a good time.
You have to be ashamed of yourself.
I'm better, and I'm not.
And not.
The
other thing with Nicole is she is way too, for her to have all of these imaginary things going on in her head and these scenarios that she's creating and what she's doing, she's way too hot. She's way too piped. She's way too up there to be giving these couples what she feels to be expert level advice. Mm-hmm. It is quite frankly amazing to me when she sits down and tells Jasmine and Aris, like, you guys are moving really slow, but I need a little more. We talked to Jasmine. Jasmine did open up. We need a little more from you, Aris, and we need a little more from you, Jasmine. Now, I'm going to give Aris this. Even though Aris sat there quiet, it was because the table was quiet. But Aris' face, out of everybody's face, was looking like,
I know you lying.
Like Aris was about to start going. He was looking at her like, and he kind of had his hands up because I was like, Aris is getting ready to tell her. I don't know if he had his hands up, but Aris was face to face was looking like, Nicole, if you don't shut up, like, and that's what she needs to do. In the world of the confusion that she is presenting, that we're telling you all, she gets in front of these couples. So how's everyone doing? So she wants to start everything. She wants to go line by line. You guys are doing good. I like what I'm seeing. I'm seeing progression here. I'm like, I can't. And then she sits down with an expert and goes, I know it's me. I'm just messed up. I'm just what you pick one. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I cannot.
I can't.
But you're imaginative.
She's like the kid that didn't get picked to be a safety that's still trying to be a safety. What? I don't know. That just came to me. It's just like you didn't get picked to be the safety. I don't know, but y'all, those young, y'all might not know who safeties are. But back in my day, which is not that long ago.
Like a kid that didn't get picked to be a safety, and at this big age, she's still trying to get picked to be a safety.
Right. Like nobody's voting for you to be an expert. If you want to go to school and that's what you want to do, go do that. Nobody needs you to be an expert to them. We have 3-4 experts on this show that have been doing this.
Go away, Nicole. Go away.
And I don't understand why nobody speaks up about it. Y'all constantly let this chick keep talking.
The same way Chris don't speak up to her. Nicole needs somebody to say something.
I'm telling you, I would be good TV this season because I would give her a run for her money.
Wait, were you ever a safety?
No.
No. Because I think I applied, but I didn't get it.
Me either. They always kept saying I was too quiet. They didn't think I would be stand up and they right. I wasn't about to stand up and tell on nobody.
A safety is supposed to keep the peace, sound the alarm if something's going on, and Nicky would be like, not my monkey, not my circus. God, you're a safety.
Girl, I just wanted to go on a trip. That's all I wanted. That's why I was like, oh, y'all get to go to
He's got a special field trip.
They got to go to Six Flags, yeah. So that's why I wanted to be one. And when my teacher when they didn't pick me, they was like, well, I think you could be so quiet. And I was like, whatever.
I was not picked to be a safety either. But I think
why would you allow? It's because you were bad.
You can't be a safety and be the problem.
And you definitely were the problem. You definitely was the problem. They was like, absolutely not.
I think when I applied, they were like, boil water. I was like, hey guys, I want to be a safety, and they were like, there's no way, you're the problem. Like, really?
It's a consistent issue. It's no way in the world they're about to let you be a safety. That was kind of hard.
We have a consistent issue with you. Like, you're always doing something. You're very disruptive. and you're gonna bring peace. I'm like, you never know what that orange belt could have did. Look at me now. It wouldn't have done nothing because
it wouldn't have, because you still would have been acting the fool. The minute somebody did something you don't like,
the way back in the day, let me tell you something. These Gen Z kids would have been all over there. How dare you try to water me down?
Oh yes. Oh my God. And
I really wasn't being watered down. I was a problem. I was a bad child,
and they made the correct decision.
They did.
Because they'd be like, why is the safety in the corner fighting?
That would have been, baby, and I would have tried to use the orange belt as the upper hand. Don't you see my safety? I would have been doing so much with that orange belt.
Most catastrophe that would have caused. They to the teachers that didn't give it to her. Thank you.
They would have been like, the orange belt is not for you to feel like you could go in the corner and fight. I would have went to the principal's office like, I know I'm not getting this.
Oh my God, I can't.
Not the way I'm a safety out here in these streets.
Oh, main safety holding it down. He was like, you gonna be like R. Kelly, you're killing me with
That would have been.
Oh my God.
Like, she keeps doing stuff. I just love the teachers at it too. So praise God. My mom made it through. My mom made it through. One day our mom's gonna come on the show and she'll tell stories about us.
Oh gosh.
And you guys will crack up laughing.
And my stories will be just so perfect.
To a degree, but you grew up.
Who all got? I know my good days outweigh my bad days, but you're I'm done.
Maybe the way my bad days outweigh my good days. And I did complain.
Yo, we gotta get.
I won't complain, and I did complain. I don't understand.
We gotta get mommy on here.
I don't know. That would be funny. For some reason, I thought that you were a safety when you mentioned that. That was funny though. But Nicole, I just think that Chris needs to go away because I just think that Nicole has some more work to do, and to be in a marriage is too much.
Yeah,
she's putting too much on. It's too much. You got to figure that out because I don't want to be tussling with you every day. Right. If I responded exactly what you needed, and I have to figure out how to respond according to what imaginative story you came up with, I can't do that. You have to be able to rest there in any relationship, in any marriage that you go into. When you decide that this is the person that you're going to be with, and I understand that they have a unique situation, but she made the decision to come on the show. You have to rest in that person and have that. Love is a risk. Girl, Chris can be perfect for the first 10 years, and people will tell you about their spouses that flipped. I'm going to give y'all a little side advice. Keep God first in your relationships because there's going to be some rocky times, but he'll help you get through it. So she has to rest in that. Nicole has decided that she is not resting. She is flailing in the ocean, and she doesn't trust Chris. She doesn't anything. And it's like, girl, there is no way to build a foundation. This is the way that you chose. You have to build a foundation from there. But if it's going to be the psychotic energy, I'm not available to get somebody else to do it.
It's a decline for me.
Yeah, I think Nicole. I think Chris. I really do think Chris should walk away.
Yep.
And let her get what she needs, and maybe they come back around.
I don't think he should walk. He should run.
Like the thing, run.
Yeah.
Last couple. And I have a lot to say on them too. I'm gonna tell you something right now.
You always got long. Yeah, go ahead. I just want to pause for a second. Those of you that are seeing these hairs that don't lay down, in the suggestion, somebody inbox me or something, give me something, because this edge control don't control not now edge.
What edge control are you using?
I don't even remember. Extra strength.
Okay, we're gonna move on because I meant whose edge control are you using? Edge booster?
I don't know. I have to see.
Because now get some edge booster.
Okay, thank you.
It does work.
Else want to throw anything? Let me know as well. But I'll try.
If you're the one thing I'm not is a true hairstylist. But
What?
Because now I'm done. No. One thing I'm not doing is I don't play these games with the Coles. But Edge Booster does help.
Okay.
I didn't put a lot on. That's the worst part too. Not me giving advice and I ain't
Not
got
you giving advice and yours is sticking up like
I don't have no edge control on.
no,
So
you're fine.
but I knew I was going to be back from the camera.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Every time I turn,
lean back. I said my edges don't. Wait, we're gonna pick up a song for it. I said my edges don't lay; they just fly away. So lean back.
Lean back.
Don't be all up in the camera.
Nah.
But Edge Booster does work. Remember before you was like, "What are you putting on your edges?" I told you. I told you then. You come on here acting like I didn't.
Okay, your thoughts on Kirsten and Shaq.
Okay, my thoughts on Kirsten and Shaq are the last couple.
Last couple, guys.
Shaquille, I'm done. You can go as well.
Mm-hmm.
You can go as well. Shaquille. I need you to help me understand. I understand that this is also a show that has edited to allow us to see what they want us to see.
Mm-hmm.
But what I need to understand is why in the world, when you get married, does your job become your spouse's job?
Okay.
She already has a job. Why does she have to keep attending all of these job events for you? And I understand that your job is a part of your life, but I'm not attending every single job function that you have. Do you know when we mainly see, as someone who's been in the corporate world forever, but you know, Lord deliver me. But what I'm saying is, there are events, right? Mainly when we see people's spouses are at work events, like a holiday Christmas party.
Right.
Like, we have other events going on where you're meeting with clients and doing all this stuff. And the spouse is not always sales conferences. The spouse is not always present. Why are you requiring that Kirsten be present at your job events? Something is missing. Not only that, you are acting like she was a part of the crew that put Jesus on the cross by not showing up to this last one. The way that he is, it's like he's having the hardest time getting over it. Boy, when she called his mother.
No, that's her mom.
That was his mom. That was Shaquille's mom. That said, I don't know all that's going on behind her doors, but you hurt him.
No, I believe that was her mother. Because I
looked
at it.
Not only that, the woman looked like Shaquille. Go back and watch it. That was Shaquille's mom.
I have to go back and watch y'all because I
go back and watch
Kirsten's
it. It
mom.
was Shaquille's mom, which is why Kirsten was barely getting words in, because based off of what she knew, because she was like, she even said, because she even said to his mom, "Oh, well, you talked to Shaq." She's like, "Girl, you know I talked to him. You know Shaq ain't talked to her to Kirsten's mom. Kirsten barely got him around her." It was his mom. And his mom was regurgitating what he had told her and was also trying to make her feel bad for not showing up. And Kirsten was like, that was honestly some miscommunication because, and then Shaq even said, I don't know if this was the after show or in the show, because I did watch the after show. It was the after show, because Keisha Napoleon said to him, Kirsten was here, and Kirsten said that she basically had to invite herself. It wasn't really confirmed that she was coming for it to be this whole thing. And you know what Shaq said? He was like, no, he was like, I will give her that. There was some confusion with my job and getting the hotel. That's what he said on the after show.
Did you watch it? Why are you sitting on the show? No, I didn't watch it. So you stood on the show trying to make it seem. And she said it, the level of confusion.
You are literally making it seem like she did the worst thing. Here's the issue that I have with Shaq. And here's the issue that I think that they are having collectively. Shaq is way too engrossed in himself. The same way she can't get him to come help with groceries because he's on the treadmill. If it ain't about him in the moment and what he wants, it's only so much that he's going to do. Did you find it?
Agreed. No, I'm still looking. I'm on the episode. I just have it down. I'm just.
Yeah. It's only so much that he is going to alter to do. And it's like, Shaq, everything has to be according to what he wanted, how he felt. Okay, now they're in a group setting again, as we told y'all, forget how they started talking about they just started talking about like, oh, but they were kind of talking about Jasmine like not saying anything and needing to speak up and all of that. Chris was talking, and then
you're right, it's Shakil's mom.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and she was basically
I said that made more sense because I was like, not her mother telling her to do
no, because she was yelling at him like she was Shaquille. I said, not two Shaquilles coming at me. Oh, it was so annoying. But so then Clint made a comment about his friend not speaking up and ended up really having some mental things going on. And I believe that, that his friend ended up taking his life. Very sad. And it is important. And they even did like a little, of course, these shows put a little blurb in there to let you know that thoughts that you're having, things that are going on, contact somebody. There is help. Right. You can't, and I thought that was great. So Shaquille kind of gave kind of a very deep testimony. And I thought that was once him and he was once there where he was putting on a facade for everyone. And it was like, so nobody sees me. Mm. And he went and they asked him, how did he overcome that? And he said he went to therapy and he really had to use tools and use things to overcome those thoughts and work his way over them. Well, Miss Nicole, she put on her different, so she put on her whatever hat she felt like wearing, and she's like, thank you so much for sharing that, Shaq. And she was like, I feel like I started this, so I'm gonna bring it in. Nobody asked you to, but of course if the attention's not on her and it's on someone who has a mental illness, and it was clearly there's a problem. So Nicole brings it back to her. Okay. And she's like, this is a safe space. And just know that if ever you're battling that comes up again, you now have a group of friends that are here for you, blah, 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 whatever. And you have your wife who I know is sweet and is there for you, and you need to lean into her. So what I learned on the after show was everybody had said something. And then so she said, sorry, Kirsten, I know I'm speaking for you, but you can lean into her, you can depend on her, and this is that and the other. On the after show, what they said was they only aired what Nicole said, but everybody said something by way of wanting him to know, hey, if you're ever there, I got you. Good. So what Kirsten said was, sure. Now, in Kirsten's defense,
she was saying sure to Nicole.
To Nicole, yes.
Right.
And she didn't say anything like what they had said. Mm-hmm. In Kirsten's defense, she had talked to Shaq about this. Shaq already explained this and expressed this to her. So she had already talked to him about this and let him know what he needed to know as far as her being. And she said that to him on the show. She was like, we talked about this. I told you I'm here. I told you I want to. And I'm like, so Shaq got upset because he felt like in this moment when everybody else was saying something, you could have reiterated it again. Shaq, stop. Kirsten, let me tell you something, because not Shaq being the male Nicole, Kirsten is not going to chase you.
Let me tell you something. I want to say this. What comes to mind when I hear Shaq, I hear the late DMX. You've been eating long enough now. Stop being greedy. Let's keep it real, partner. Give to the needy. Like you do it. He's doing too much.
Wait.
I heard his clues.
You said I heard that clear as day? You've been eating long enough now. Stop being greedy. I was like, if you told her that and she had absolutely no reaction, that's a completely different conversation.
Exactly.
But the fact that she had conversations with you as your wife in death, I don't need to bring that public. If you have friends that are giving you the same affirmation as friends, I think that's beautiful.
Right.
I've talked to my husband about this. I'm assured in my husband knowing where I stand on this because I've talked to him about this.
Right.
And she even said, like, Shaq, I'm rubbing your leg as you're
as
you're deciding to share. I'm once again just letting you know, hey, yeah, I know, I'm here. Shaq goes back to, first of all, he's standing there with his arms folded. I mean, he is high as a pistol. I'm like,
Deacon Nasty.
Kirsten must have did. I'm like, give it to us, Shaq. What did Kirsten do? You know what he went into? It's like when you didn't show up in Memphis. I said, Shaq, take your microphone off and go home. She wait for these moments. And I'm like, you're still on that? She's not required. The girl is a realtor. She's not required to be at every single function that you have for your job. It was important to me. Then he says he found out when he was in Memphis that he wasn't going to be graduating. Want you to know that you were going to find out in Memphis that you wasn't going to be graduating. You knew your credits was falling a little short before you went up there.
Not you attacking his credit.
That made me so mad putting everything on Kirsten because she's not. You need to be coming into my life and you need to be doing more. And it's just like she has a life too. She has stuff that she has to do too. My goodness. Get your mom on the phone and yell at her the same way. You really hurt him. He was hurt. That's what hurt him? Because I think you might want to talk to your son about his childhood.
This wouldn't be on me on the phone when she was talking. Okay, ma'am. Have a good night.
I was like, I can't. And so he just kept giving her. And so they brought up like, so Kirsten had been lying in the group.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Kirsten had been lying in the group. And that's her prerogative.
Her and Shaq. Ain't no one of them saying nothing.
But she was acting like, I want Shaq to be aggressive and, I won't hold back. You won't hold back because he's been wrapping you up in them sheets. Okay?
In the words of Clint, they done went to Pound Town.
See, okay, because Shaq been genuining you. Tell me, is there any more room for me? And that's fine. Y'all wanted to keep it between y'all, blah, blah, whatever. So Shaq already was like, kind of edgy. And she was just mentioning, like, I have told him to be assertive. And this is that and the other. Here's what Shaq. Be assertive? Kirsten and I complimented on that. I said, my God, today.
He's like, you want me to do it?
He looked at her like, be assertive, do all these things that you want. Kirsten and I complimented on marriage. And they was like, whoa. And then Jasmine was like, okay, we need to talk because you were just in my face acting like they had not.
Yeah.
So, but the child keep telling him to be assertive, and Shaq was like, cool, I'll just put everybody's business on Front Street.
Mm-hmm.
We've been bumping and grinding. No, Shaq said, I was going to say the DMX song. Shaq said, I've been eating long enough now.
I agree with you, everything. I didn't understand why so first of all, y'all can see I was in total confusion because I clearly thought that was her mother. I clearly thought that was her mother. I don't understand. To me, they both have a set of standards that are not, at this point, are not realistic. Like, you're trying to get to know somebody, you're trying to get into an intimate level, and you need to learn balance. So there's your life, there's my life, there's our life together, how we bring them together and how we move about. So he kind of reminds me of Miles when he started talking, when he mentioned about the depression, then I'm like, or having the mental issue, then I was like, So I'm understanding now why all of the neediness, all of the moments of not wanting to be alone, because in his alone space, sometimes his mental isn't all the way there. And that's why I think he gets upset when she doesn't, like, she's not a mind reader. She's not going to know. But if you guys keep having a conversation, you keep being in communication with her, she can learn how best to be there for you in those times where you really need her. Do I think that he really needed her in Memphis? No. I think that, no, serious, no. I think, like, unless he truly knew that he was going to get told some information in Memphis, why else would she really need to be there? Now, I think you came into a moment where she might have came. There was some confusion. Okay, didn't come. Then you found out the news, and then you want to say, well, you should have been here. You said you was coming to Memphis. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. Calm down. I felt it was very immature to get up from the table after Nicole said what she said, and maybe it wasn't after what she said, maybe it was after everybody else said everything, and she just stood there. Sure. Sometimes in the moment, I don't have the words to say.
I
don't. Yeah, like, and sometimes it's like, I might be thinking about it, but when she was saying, like, I was rubbing, I could see her physically supporting you. Why do you need my words to support you if we already had the conversation, as you said? That doesn't need to happen. Now I'm outside, you got your hands full. Didn't I tell you I would be there? He's another one. Go on timeout. And when you just have your temper tantrum, come back and we can have a real conversation. At this point, I don't even believe in timeout like that, but some of these adults need to go on.
Married couples, let us know. Are y'all doing timeout? Heavily encouraging them. Baby, when you're married, you're going to need timeout.
You're going to need timeout. Yeah. You go, nope, go in that corner or go in that room and figure it out. Because it can't be you bringing this energy. And like, I don't like when nobody bring up something from it. Then we get past this. You want to talk to me about Memphis? Did we not talk about that before?
Mm-hmm. And like, y'all determined it was a miscommunication.
Correct. I would have said we already determined a miscommunication. So therefore, I'm allowed you to stay out here by yourself, gather your thoughts and what you need to do, because we've already had this conversation. And how you're acting right now, it seemingly to us, those viewers that are watching, it seems unnecessary. Now, if there's some underlying things or some things that you discussed or you all talked about that was off camera and we're not getting the whole thing, we admit that. But what we saw, go in the corner.
Time out.
That's it. Time out. Yeah, and I like, his mother, because I was like, she is going hard for this guy. Like, why is you talking about this? Like, I could not have my mom telling me, you better get out of this. So I'm glad that you clarified that for me. I don't know what I saw, what I was thinking or what I thought I saw, but like even that as a parent, and especially something like this, you shouldn't even get involved in that. Honestly, like, you shouldn't have said, well, you need to do, and you need to do, you got to fit. No.
She told her she needs to show up better. I don't know all what's going on over there, but you need to show up better.
I'm like,
well,
so keyword.
You don't know what's going on.
Keyword, you don't know all what's going on over here. You have his side. And if you would be quiet for a moment and let me tell you what's going on my side, then maybe you could put the two together and figure out everything. But since you bumping your gums so much, I'll let you keep bumping them, and I'm going to go ahead and go and mind my business. And then what I'm going to go back and do is tell Shaq, what I don't appreciate is having a conversation with your mother, and she's telling me all the things that I need to do when you and I have already had discussions. Mm-hmm. But it seems to me you're going back, bumping your gums with your mom, which I don't have a problem with. But my issue is when she come back to me with what you've told her. That's not fair. You all don't know me like that. Don't. So
what T.I. say?
You can have whatever you like.
No.
For 500.
I see me in the street, but shawty, you don't know me. Okay. You can have whatever you like. It's a clip of this dude doing that in church. Did you see that?
No.
Let me send it to you. He's like, you can have whatever. No.
We're always doing the most.
But go ahead. Now, they also met with the experts.
Mm-hmm. What happened?
And you know what? Something told me, I was like, let Nicky touch on the expert part. So I was like, I'm just going to say, hey, and what about when they met with the expert? I was like, and watch her go, yeah, what happened when they met with the experts? And sure enough, I knew it. Devon Franklin kind of put Shaq in his place because he was like, what do you need from her? Of course, Shaq. Support.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Do you feel like you're supportive? She was like, I feel like I do show up in how I can be supportive.
Right. Okay. Now it's coming back to me.
And I was so happy for her. She brought up, like, even when we were supposed to first start our honeymoon, we had to go to Jackson and I was there for you, blah, blah, whatever. And Shaq was like, but that's not like, and Devon Franklin was like, hold on. Don't diminish her in how she is feeling like she is supporting you. And you just immediately jump into, that's not enough. She's telling you that she is supportive. She's telling you her examples of her being supportive, and you're not even acknowledging it. Thank you. I said, okay, well, maybe Devon wasn't an issue. Because he got with Aris too. He was, very honest. He was like, she's telling you, and you're not even acknowledging. You're just immediately, because as soon as she said it, he was like, yeah, but that wasn't, no, Shaq, no. my goodness. Unfortunately, she can't be up under you 24/7.
Right.
And so a part of that is you, but she does. She is there. She is showing up. She has decided to taking on more emotional support for you, understanding your past. And so now some of this, she needs you to stand a little bit on your own 2 feet too, because it's a little hard to literally bear somebody all the way on, in addition to what you got going on. But Shaq seemed like he want to get right on her back and tell her giddy up. It's a little hard. You're not. Mm-hmm. It's a little hard for me to do that, but I got you side by side what you need. And she was like, and now that I know how you feel, and I'm like, because I'm sure he's been telling her for the past 8 weeks. Now that I know how you feel, I will be more considerate and conscious of your work events. But
exhausted is what I am.
Huh?
Exhausted is what I am.
Right now, or with Shaq?
Both.
Oh, okay.
But which? But I was saying
you thought he was just staring. Exhausted is what I am. Wait, what?
No, these couples are just tiring. Retiring. It's winding down, and I hope they don't stretch it out. Y'all said they have 2 more weeks. Let this be next week. This week coming up in the following week, and let us be at decision day.
Yeah.
Don't stretch this out. We don't need to see a look back episode we've been watching the whole time. I don't want to see no extra episodes. I don't need other couples coming in talking about them. I don't care. Let's just get to this.
It is so hard because it is so repetitious.
It is.
Oh, I'm so over this. I'm like, I said, no, we're not doing this no more.
I know.
I can't.
We gonna stick beside them. So, but I'm just like, They're like, this the show you watch? Yeah, this is the show.
What you need to watch is Love Is Blind, season 4. This current season. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
But if you can, maybe you can do like watch it and quickly.
Okay. Yeah, so we have other things coming. We you said we're gonna so it's a decline for Kirsten and Shaq for me.
Oh yeah, I'm over that.
Yeah, we're over there.
Yeah. Decline for Kirsten and Shaq, but we, like Nicky was saying, we are coming to the end. So just bear with us. And in case y'all haven't watched the show, I hope that y'all have been enjoying our commentary. Now, we apologize because from week 1 to now, we are saying a lot of different things. And that's
I'm not. You saying a lot of different things because what was out in the first video? Decline. You're declining? Yep, decline.
Well, let's go ahead and take accountability because you green-lighted Chris and Nicole heavy.
Oh, yeah, that's the only people. And I'm just like, nope.
No, decline.
So I feel like Nicole gonna be like, run, but your show can't hide.
But I'm just saying, there's a lot to talk about with Love Is Blind.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So
season 4. There is a lot in there. And there is a cast member named Jackie.
We'll talk to you.
She does not in any way, shape, or form represent all Jackie.
Just like this, Nicole don't represent all Nicole. So
okay.
That's understandable.
Thank you so much for joining. As always, like we said, we're 2 sisters that just sit back and kick it. We do what? We relax, relate, debrief. Until next week, we will see y'all next time. Subscribe if you haven't already. And like we tell y'all on every episode, if you're not following us on the social media handles, I am Living Learning Lifestyle on Instagram and TikTok.
I am Nicky D81 on Instagram.
Follow us and we'll insert that as well. Let us know in the comments some ideas and topics that you want us to talk about.
Comments, y'all.
Comments. Please. Also, if you are watching Love Is Blind, let us know your Married at First Sight. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know your thoughts on the couples as well. Bring a fresh perspective. We like that stuff. So thank you guys again. We love you. We do not take your support for granted. Subscribe and we'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Okay.